Hi everyone, we are continuing our monthly series on explaining some of the most common diagnoses and conditions that we are seeing on our health plans today. Really, the point of this series is to get people to understand that it's more than just the condition you see on your spreadsheet that shows what it is and what the cost is for your claims. We want to bring some humanization to that, if this is a word, so we can really be empathetic for the employees that we're serving when we build these health plans. So what we did is I printed off some stuff from Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, WebMD, just to really give some explanation of what these employees and people, at the end of the day, people that we are helping to provide health insurance for. So first off, what is psoriasis? Psoriasis is a skin disease that creates some type of dry rash that you'll see typically on elbows and knees, and a lot of the times in the scalp. Really, it's a long-term condition that has no cure, and that is one of the hard parts about it. Is when the employees or the spouses or the dependents are diagnosed with psoriasis, this is going to be an ongoing thing for your plan until that employee no longer works for your client. So going into it, how often do they have these skin rashes? Well, it's a cycle. It could flare up for a few weeks, it could flare up for a month, or it could be a few days. So it's really this cycle of constantly treating this skin rash there. So going on to what the most common symptoms are, I said it is that rash. It's because a lot of people, the most common type of psoriasis is plaque psoriasis, which is a term you may have heard before. So what is the cause? Well, it's hard to pinpoint the cause when you look into these Mayo Clinic studies. It's either genetic or it's environmental, and it's really dependent on the type of psoriasis there are. There are 6 different common psoriasis. Like I said, the most common is that plaque psoriasis, that itchy rash that people get. But at the end of the day, it's really not fully understood. Why is this an ongoing forever condition? That's where scientists are still trying to figure out and treat. So going on here is, what is the treatment? A lot of the times treatment comes from a topical ointment. And that's where you're seeing all your costs going. When you look at your prescription reports, I'm sure you've seen these before. Skyrizi, maybe not as popular or seen on it that most, but it's because it's so expensive. Then you'll see a Tremfya. That's about $12,000 a month. One of the less expensive ones is Otezla, and that's around $3,600 to $4,600 a month for this ointment. So if your employees are on this, they're hitting a specialty drug charge or copay. High deductible health plans, they pay 100% of it until they hit the deductible. Or a PPO copay plan, they're going to spend anywhere from $150 to $200 or so for a specialty copay. So that's where you're seeing employees start to hurt financially, is just being able to treat that rash. What you'll also see is some light therapy once in a while, or an oral medication like a steroid. So lastly, what I wanted to go over are, what are the other complications that psoriasis has? And there was a study done, again, that we pulled here. We wanted to go through some of the percentages of other conditions that can be either created or connected to psoriasis. So what you'll see is psoriatic arthritis. 30% of people with psoriasis will have that. 70% of people have eye inflammation. A lot of obesity, a lot of type 2 diabetics are connected to psoriasis. Your odds of having heart disease are 59% more if you have the psoriasis condition. Last, what I wanted to connect to is 60% develop some type of depression. So when you see a patient or an employee or the spouse or dependent that has psoriasis, there are other conditions that this can lead to or are connected with. So again, thank you for joining me this week. Like I said, we want to do this to bring some more empathy to these different diagnoses that are on our plans. It's more than just a number. It's more than just the word that you see. It's more than just trying to navigate or push an employee. We need to understand what they're going through so we can help them the best way possible. So thanks again for joining. We'll go ahead and do this in the future, most likely next month. Thanks.